Hi, I'm Corey from Voyager. In today's video, I am addressing things that make Voyager a little bit different than other contractors out there on the market. First of which is the craftsmanship and how we actually build the deck and what our baseline is for building a deck and working up from there. We like to start with a high baseline where we are really building the deck to last a long time. We don't want to have to return to homeowners to fix any issues down the road. We do have a 10-year warranty with our craftsmanship. We really stand behind that, and we don't like to see any issues from the time we leave the project at all. So that is something you can guarantee you get from Voyager. And then down to the actual structure and the understructure of the decking before putting these nice looking deck boards on it, it's real important to have that build quality from the ground up. We always use a large 6x6 inch post that go down from the framing of the deck down to each of the footings. So just starting there, we like to use the biggest size post we can to make sure that that is supporting the weight of the deck to its fullest. And also our standard is pricing out for helical pile footings. Those are galvanized steel footings that go at least 7 feet into the ground. They drill down nice and deep, and that is especially important here in the Minnesota climate, the Minnesota seasons. As we all know, living here in Minnesota, the weather changes on a daily basis, and you really want a footing that will hold nice and sturdy and strong and won't lift or shift or heave over the years. And the helical pile footings are the top of the line. Like I said, galvanized steel that drill down at least 7 feet into the ground. We actually use a computer component that hooks up to the helical pile footings that tell us the torque and the tension that is resisting against us as we're driving into the ground. So no matter your soil type or where you live within Minnesota, we get it to the right strength and integrity down deep enough into the ground. If we need to drill it deeper than 7 feet into the ground, we will. It all comes down to that resistance and the pressure that we have against the pole. We want to make sure that it is deep enough in the ground, low enough beneath the soil that it will never shift and move on you. It's below the frost line and all that good stuff. We do use diamond pier footings on some of our lower decks, which have a nice strong sturdy hold as well. But anything that's usually above 4 or 5 feet off the ground, we like to use the helical pile top of the line footings to make sure that our decks last a lifetime. Another thing we really focus on here at Voyager is the framing structure of the deck as well with our materials that we use. The materials we use for the framing is kiln dried wood, and we make sure that we're using the kiln dried for a couple different reasons, but mainly it's because the process to kiln dry wood takes the water content out of the wood, it pulls it out down to 15% or less water content within the wood before it's ever used on a job site. And that is just ensuring that you're not getting any absorption. Obviously wood is porous. We want to make sure that we extract all that ahead of time and that it's nice and sealed and good quality framing that won't take in the moisture, which will provide rotting or cracking or swelling over time. So we definitely like to use the kiln dried wood on all of our framing, along with how we build the structure. We build everything to code. So that goes into another thing that Voyager does for you, which we pull all the permits, all the city permits, gets the thumbs up from them even before we start the job, and then also it's inspected after the work is done to make sure that everything is up to standard and up to code before we leave the project as well. So we take care of all that for you. Everything is done professionally and properly, so there are no questions asked before and or after the project is complete. So another thing with that also is that depending on the size of your deck, we build framing either 16 inch on center or 12 inch on center, depending on the span away from the house. So all that is taken into careful consideration. Everything is drawn up. We submit everything to professionals that draw it all up to code using computer software and programs and calculations and get that all specific before we ever swing the hammer for the first time. And rounding off the last couple advantages you get choosing Voyager over any other contractor is we pay very close attention to the railings that we're offering our homeowners, as well as our nice picture frame finish. So getting into the railing a little bit, we definitely like to use and utilize a couple different brands of railing depending on exactly what you're looking for. The first brand is the Westbury lineup of railings, and they have multiple different options, which is very nice. Multiple different styles and color options. The Tuscany line is very gorgeous. A lot of people do it in black, but you can do it in a bunch of other colors. Looks very classy and sleek and nice. It is a powder coated aluminum finish on all these railings, so it won't rust on you. It'll last a lifetime, and it looks very nice and classy. They offer it in either a textured finish or a non-textured finish. The non-textured is more of the glossy look, so you can get any kind of look or style. Another brand we typically go through is Rail FX, and Rail FX offers a really nice horizontal cable rail system, again for that nice, sleek, more modern look. If you're sitting down on the deck and you want to look out over your land, or if you live on a lake or anything like that and want a clear visual of your property, Rail FX offers a bunch of nice options as well. So those are the two brands we stand behind. They really have a plethora of different options for you to choose from with that. And now getting into our picture frame finish. What does that mean? A lot of people ask that question when we are meeting with homeowners, and it's simply because they've never seen it before. But pretty much what that picture frame border finish is that we love to do this for our customers because, again, it provides a nice, clean, finished look to the top of the deck where you've got the joists running out from the house, you've got the deck boards obviously running perpendicular across the joist, and then what happens to those rough ends of the decking boards toward the ends? Well, typically other contractors like to just leave it to where it's a rough end that dies into the fascia board, and it looks okay, but it doesn't really provide that nice professional finish look. We use deck boards that don't have the hidden fastener systems on the sides when we are doing the picture frame finish, so everything looks nice and solid and flush, and then we run the fascia board right up to that. So everything looks nice, clean, picture framed off. It really looks like a work of art when we're done with that. So those are just a few of the items that differentiates Voyager from other contractors, just to keep in mind and be aware of. We really pride ourselves not only on build quality, the integrity of the build, the craftsmanship, but also our customer service. We really like to keep a clear line of communication between us and the homeowner from start to finish, before the project begins, during the project, and after the project, to make sure everybody is completely satisfied the entire time. So as always, if you have any questions, give us a call anytime. We can schedule an estimate for you and send somebody out your way to see what would work best for your situation. Have a great day.